What is an adventure? An adventure can be anything you want it to be, whether exploring the concrete jungle, whether if you live in a city, going out the old parts of the city, that could be dangerous, depending on where you live, but to each his own. Or whether if you live in the city and then you find some gravel roads, you take an hour drive just to get out of the city to get into the countryside. Get on Google Maps, get on a Facebook group, start looking at stuff, get these apps. There is a myriad of apps that you can get. OnX, Off-Road, Scenic, Gaia, that's just 3 out of a bunch of apps. Find some back roads, or they don't even have to be gravel roads if that's not your thing. Gravel roads are dusty and they lead to more maintenance on the motorcycle. Changing air filters on some of these bikes are pretty much a pain in the ass. But these back road, these twisty country roads that are less traveled, that is an adventure. You don't have to be off-road all the time for an adventure. Now, if you buy a true adventure or dual sport bike, yes, you bought it so you can go off-road. So go off-road. But even if you just get a GS because you like it, or a Tenere and you want to put street tires on it, man, go do it. It's your bike. Sure, people are going to make fun of you. Well, they make fun of me for doing the stuff I do. I don't care. It's my bike. It's what I want to do. It's not what you're doing. It's what I'm doing, right? So, that's the attitude. Adventure is just a mindset. Whether you're getting slideways on a backcountry road, or you're just taking a leisurely cruise on the paved roads, just not giving a crap, just letting the world do its thing, and you just enjoying the scenery, enjoying the ride, enjoying the alone time. That's the main thing. I just see so many hardcore adventures out there, and it kind of gets the normality gets lost in translation. It takes me about 6-7 months, sometimes a whole year, to save up for my trips that I do every year. And that's my big adventure. I got one big adventure a year, and anything that I might do in between is just a bonus, like a little camping trip here and there, which I didn't do any last year. I just did my one trip. This year, I want to do a couple of them. I want to. Now, as a guy with kids, grandkids, bills, and a normal job, they gotta be calculated. Your adventures have to be calculated if you're going to go out on a camping trip, whether it be 2 weeks long or just an overnight trip. You do got to calculate it, money, where you're going to go. And sometimes if you get hooked up with a group of people, here's what I look for. Whether I like the guys or not, I look for the planning on a big trip. You can have a good set plan, but don't be too specific on your plans. Don't get your hopes up. Just make a general plan and let adventure take its course. If you're planning to stop here and to stop there and to stop here for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, that's just going to drag on and get boring as hell. I can't do that. What I like to do, I just like to ride for 10 to 12 hours. And if I need to refuel, whenever my bike needs to refuel, then I'll refuel. I'll grab me something to eat, grab me something to drink if I need it. If not, fill the bike up, keep going. Your plans will change because of the weather. And if you're with a group of people, you got to think about the skills and their bike maintenance habits. And if you want to be mixed up with that, things can happen in a large group. I like to go with the groups around town. That's fine, on the day trips and stuff like that. But big groups, it's like herding cats. If you're going on a multi-day trip with somebody, with a group of people, we're all different. Attitudes flare, especially whenever it gets hot. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with people's bad attitudes and not, fly off the handle like we tend to do with people that we don't know. That's just one of those things. Come on. People are going to be people. You got to let them vent somehow, and just don't take it personal. As an average guy doing adventure things, yeah, it can be difficult, but I tell you what, I'm glad I got into it. because now I know a lot more of these back roads. I never knew that existed around my area. It's one of those things that where if you need to, you can get out and go clear your head. You know, just do a stress dump. That little bit of you time, that's very much worth it. Get you some you time out there. And I don't care what kind of motorcycle you got. Just get out there and ride it. Create your own adventure. You don't have to have the latest gear to go out and go ride. Good quality equipment is a plus, but as long as you got some good gloves, boots, and a helmet, you're pretty set. Don't let the Climb name fool you. This is the cheap Climb gear. What's it? The Dakar. It's the cheapest lineup that they have. That's all I'm buying from Climb is their Dakar gear. So to sum this video up, if you have an adventure bike, if you have a motorcycle, get out there and enjoy it. Don't let the big videos skew your idea of what an adventure is. An adventure is what you make of it. It's the stories that you have whenever you get back home, the stuff that you've seen. That's what adventure is. And then if you can, plan you a trip to go do something that's just next level. And one thing you've got to be careful of whenever you do go on these big trips is once you get back home, it takes more and more to get you excited to do things. It's like you have to do more and more crazy stuff to get your socks off. Get your socks off, get your rocks off. Don't lose sight of going out and just doing small little things here and there. Right? It's good for practice and it's good for health. Anyways, hopefully this is somewhat coherent. And I'd just like to thank all you new subscribers for tuning in. This channel is not really formal at all. This is probably about the most formal that I get. You know, some of my videos don't make sense. I do this for a hobby. I just like making videos. I like creating videos. I don't know. It's just fun. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.